Hey everybody, how's it going? It's a Daily Shooter, and it's finally here, my full review of the 6.5 Creedmoor from Palmetto State Armory. Now, before we get started, I want to mention that I am from California. So in order to avoid registering this rifle as an assault weapon, I had to make some minor modifications to it. They're mostly just cosmetic, but I still wanted to let you guys know what was going on and what was different from the rifle that you would actually receive from Palmetto. Now, what I had to do here to make it featureless was add a fin grip. This basically means that this is no longer a vertical grip because I can't get my thumb all the way around it. And I had to remove the A2 birdcage flash hider that it comes with and replace it with a compensator. This is the Fortis red compensator on the end. Other than that, this rifle is exactly as it comes from Palmetto State. Now, for those of you that are watching in California, wondering how you can actually order this rifle since it doesn't come with this stuff on it, the way that I did it was I ordered the lower receiver and the parts kit, and then I ordered the complete upper receiver, and then I put them together in a featureless compatibility manner when it actually got here. You can always go ahead and order the same parts and then make it mag locked if that's how you'd like, if you want to get this stuff inside California, because I'm telling you, this entire rifle right here comes in at like $698. That is upper and lower, everything completed and ready to go. Bolt carrier group, charging handle, you name it, adjustable gas block, everything here under under 700 bucks. So it's definitely a deal worth looking at. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and conduct this review just like normal. We're going to talk about the tech specs, features, and details of the rifle, and then I'll give you guys my own personal opinion on it. We'll talk about how accurate this thing can be, and we'll also talk about what I think about its overall value. Now, this is based on an AR-10 platform, so it has an AR-10 style lower, it has an AR-10 style upper receiver. The bolt carrier itself is actually like an AR-10 style bolt carrier, but it does have a different bolt in it, so that's something that you want to consider. On the bolt carrier itself, on this one, it actually says 6.5 Creedmoor, so that you know which bolt carrier you're actually putting in the correct rifle. So I do like the fact that they did label the bolt carrier group on this one 6.5 Creedmoor. It does help, especially if you own maybe some AR-10s or DPMS SR25 style 308 semi-automatic rifles. It just kind of helps you differentiate between which bolt is which and which goes with which rifle. Now, this comes with a free-floating 15-inch M-LOK handguard, which is great. I am not a big fan of Keymod anymore. To be honest with you, I always thought it kind of looked goofy, but I just like the streamlined look of M-LOK, and then it turns out that M-LOK anyway is a stronger pattern, so this is going to really hold your accessories well. If you want to put a flashlight, laser, or just whatever you want to put on this rifle, it's going to hold it on there really well, especially with the M-LOK on the bottom. That's where you're going to be attaching your bipods, especially for 6.5 Creedmoor long-range shooting. If you want to add a bipod, you want a good stable platform. So 15-inch M-LOK handguard, it's on there nice and tight, feels really well, and the way that it's finished is great. So it's Type 3 hard anodized coated. It's got a nice matte black finish to it. The upper receiver is also a matte black finish. It does have the T markings on the upper receiver itself, and this is a lightweight handguard. So this handguard right here actually does not have the Picatinny rail section extend all the way forward. It has Picatinny rails on the very front, and it has a Picatinny rail section towards the upper receiver itself. Now, a couple other things about this rifle that really surprised me, especially for the money and in this platform, because anything in an AR-10 style rifle typically costs you quite a bit more. But what we have here is an actual adjustable gas block. This is fantastic. Having an adjustable gas block, especially on a rifle that you want to be precision, is, I think, a major upgrade. I think a lot of companies overlook that. They'll put on just a cheap standard gas block, and they'll just go ahead and send it out the door. But they put in a really nice adjustable gas block here that that allows you the ability to tune the rifle or the gas system to your preferences, your shooting style, your ammunition, whatever you want to call it. And so you can tune the amount of gas that's being sent back to the receiver. So I thought that was pretty cool. And again, the other things I was talking about with value is you get a standard mil-spec charging handle, but you also get the bolt carrier group included with the upper receiver. So that's everything that you get. Really nice setup. Now let's talk about what I thought about it and how it performed for me. Okay, so now let me give you guys my own personal thoughts and opinions on this rifle and kind of tell you how it performed for me. And I gotta be honest, I did not have high expectations. It is an AR-10 platformed rifle that's chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor, and it's under 700 bucks, so my expectations were kind of down here. Now, I've taken this thing out on 14 separate shooting trips. I've taken it out to Nevada, shot it in the desert, I've shot it at the range all over the place. And what I can tell you is when you take it out day one, obviously you're gonna have to take some time to tune the gas block. You want to make sure that you get the bolt carrier group to come back all the way in order to eject the spent case and to also pick up the new round. And so you want to make sure that you have the proper gas setup. And that's kind of what took me a little bit of time on the very first day, was basically just adjusting that gas block so I could get it to run flawlessly. And then it was dark outside, so I went home. The next trip that I went out after everything was adjusted, this thing ran so smooth, so nice. I mean, I was actually really impressed with its overall reliability. I wasn't so much concerned at that point with the accuracy of the rifle. I was more concerned with how does it function? Does it feed well? You know, does it give me any malfunctions? You know, how does the rifle actually work? And so that was, you know, day 2, day 3 of testing this rifle. And after the day 1 adjustment of the gas block, it was great. I mean, this thing ran really, really well. Now, on the next set of range trips, I decided really to focus on accuracy. Let's see what this rifle can do and see how far I can stretch its legs. Now, at my range, the farthest I can go is 660 yards. But I can tell you right now, this 6.5 Creedmoor touches that like absolutely nothing. It's no problem for that cartridge whatsoever. It is a fantastically flat shooting cartridge. Now, there is something to be said about having good glass. So we have a Vortex Viper Pst 5-25 on here, and this is some incredible glass. This does have an illuminated reticle. It's first focal plane. It really allows you to reach out there and touch something accurately. Now, one of the things that I noticed about this, because I actually had this on a 308 prior to putting it on the 6.5, was that I didn't really have to mess with the windage at long range when I first put this on. The only thing that I had to adjust was the elevation. What was interesting was when I would use my holdovers, when I had this on the 308, I had to basically bring it all the way, the targeted 660 yards, to the bottom of my scope. So my holdover was all the way at the bottom, and then I would hit the steel gong at that range. When I put it on this one, the windage was the same. There wasn't really any wind outside, so I didn't need to mess with that. The windage was the same, but the elevation adjustments were incredibly different. In the scope, I only had to bring it down 2 full notches. That's it, 2 full notches, which is only halfway to where it was with the 308. So the amount of bullet drop was incredibly different. So we had that. Now, talking about accuracy itself, I decided that, or not decided, I found that there was 2 types of ammunition that really got me the best results out of this. I tried several different ammunitions from Federal, their Gold Dot, the Whitetail, but the 2 that I had the best results with, one is the Big Game. This is the Federal Big Game 6.5 Creedmoor. It is a fantastic round. So this is going to be more like your hunting style round. It has a polymer tip to it, great ballistic coefficient, excellent round. But obviously, the best that you're looking at is going to be the Federal Gold Medal Match. Now, this Gold Medal Match, this has the Sierra Match King bullet in it, is absolutely fantastic. I mean, it just shot so well in this rifle, I just couldn't believe it. Again, we're talking about a rifle under $700, and I was able to get groups. I'm sorry, this thing's been... It's gotten torn up since I went to the range with it. But we're talking about groups here. This one right here is 5.75 inches, so just about a half MOA, just over half MOA. And this one right here was actually 0.515 inches, so just at a half MOA. These were both shot at 100 yards. Obviously, these are my best groups. These were shot from a rest to reduce the amount of human error that, you know, would be in play here. But shot at 100 yards with a rest, from this rifle as still as I could possibly get it. And again, you're looking at the big game round right here in the middle, and on the bottom is our Sierra Match King, our gold medal round, again, both from Federal. So you're talking about a half MOA. Now, obviously, you know, if you're not using rest like I am, you know, there's going to be, you know, shooter error and things like that that could definitely come into play. I wanted to reduce that as much as possible, take that out of the equation, and just see what the rifle itself can do. And I can tell you right now, in the 6.5 Creedmoor, it's capable of half MOA, surprisingly. Now, with the other ammunition that I was using, even the defensive ammo, I was still getting 1 MOA at 100 yards, which means that I was still able to hit my target no problem at 600, 660 yards. For those of you that are going to be shooting out further than that, this rifle is definitely going to be capable of that. You're talking 800 yards, 1,000 yards plus. You could still hit your target every single time with this rifle. I feel 100% confident with it. Now, I haven't had a chance to take it out that far. Hopefully I will soon when I get back to Nevada. And I'm able to kind of stretch its legs a little bit, but I have no doubt and I'm confident that this rifle is going to be able to do that. So I'm happy with it overall. If you're looking for a good option, if you're looking for something inexpensive, I would definitely say that this is the way to go. I mean, you just can't beat it for the price. It's reliable, it's accurate, feeds ammunition well, it comes with some great stuff, all your Magpul components, M-LOK, and so forth. So definitely check it out. I want to thank you guys very much for watching this video. I thank you all for the support. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for all the comments and all the likes. Have a great day.